Greetings and salutations. This is Emperor Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
And we are unboxing Roman auxiliaries.
You've seen his grumpy face.
No, he looks like he's a bit angry. I mean, look at him. The guy's a Celt, right? Clearly. He's a Celt. These are Celts, right? And because of the way the Romans worked, when you joined the Roman army as an auxiliary, you were posted to the other side of the empire. So these guys find themselves in Syria, right? And they're having to keep the peace. Would you be happy? Look, he's burnt his nose already. And it's just, they're not happy. He's got a wounded eye, yeah? And they're just not happy. They don't want to be there. They don't want to be there. They're just forced to go and fight.
He's got a wounded eye now. He's like paranoid, so his shield's always up.
Yeah,
He's like,
his arms fixed above his head constantly. Yeah, imagine having to live there. I have actually seen the actual painting that this is from, the custom art, and it's really much bigger. And it's got a guy who's clearly got a shop outside. And he's trying to move the stuff from his shop into the house because he doesn't want to get it broken. And there's someone in a window throwing things at the Romans. Because it's obvious, this is obviously some problem to do with taxes. And the local people are sort of throwing things at the Romans because the taxes have gone up by, what, 1 groat or something. So the locals are rebelling, you know. Which is actually what happened in Judea. Judea was originally tax-free. And after a bit, the Romans said, well, it's costing money to protect you. You've got to pay taxes. So they immediately revolted. And we ended up with the war. Right, so here we have Roman auxiliaries, imperial auxiliaries. That's some painted up on the back, which are quite cool. And so we'll pop them out. 24 figures to a box. We were talking about how base sizes diminish the higher the scale goes, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think
very posh.
Yes.
Does that mean it's just really old?
It probably means it's old, to be honest. Right, let's just pop one out, and that's the figures.
They're old.
Yeah, they're
the
not.
Plastic's different, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a slightly odd design.
Still look quite good, surprisingly.
Not bad. I mean, we had them before when we did the Roman-Jewish War.
Thought we did.
And but most of our auxiliary, because it was Roman-Jewish War, I think we only had 1 regiment of these, because the rest were sort of Parthian type cavalry and stuff like that. So these are, I would say, they look Gallic, given the equipment and stuff that they're carrying, and their faces and their moustaches.
There's no command.
They look Gallic. I think there is a command somewhere.
No, they're all the same.
Oh, here.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's the command there. Right. Anyway, so they're just standard Roman auxiliary. What can you say about Roman auxiliary? They're just auxiliary.
It's Romans, really, aren't
they? We have these. Now, I'll tell you what's good about these, is these are clear. So, you can paint the shield any colour you want, and then stick these to them, and they're whatever colour.
That's actually really cool.
Is. Yes, so these are universal sticky things.
Why did they stop doing them?
They didn't. It's just a lot of the new stuff doesn't have them.
It's a shame.
I think they only made them for certain boxes, and this is one of the boxes they made them for. And they're pretty good. They're okay. So all the sprues are exactly like that, so there's not really a lot to talk about. It's okay detail, nowhere near as good as the the Roman cavalry.
Yeah.
Roman cavalry are basically the same figures on horseback.
Then it is a different company that made them.
It is, because they're made by Vitrix. But they're the Roman cavalry are these figures on horseback. Or not these figures, they look like this but on horseback.
And for plastic, this was done recently, and that was done a long time ago, because that's completely different plastic.
Yes. So we'll have a look at the command. If I can open the box.
I always struggle.
Yes, I have the mental age of a 4-year-old anyway, so. Right.
We're going to need that box.
Yeah. Are we?
Yeah.
Oh. That's the Roman officer.
That's great.
Well, do you remember when we did these, we had spare command figures?
Yeah.
Because we bought a load of triples. I'm going back a long way now when triples used to exist. It's a gaming show in Sheffield, in case anybody doesn't know. And so we actually used this as one of the Centurions because we had spare figures which fitted this army better because they're Gallic, Roman officers with Gallic helmet. And so these are actually used as officers. So he is a Centurion, but given the plates he has on him, they're all medals, basically, military medals, the plates. Then we have a guy here in wolfskin, meaning he has to be a Gaul, otherwise he won't be using wolfskin. Then we have this guy, who is okay, and then we have this guy, who looks like a berserker, but he's
also got wolfskin.
Yeah, he's wearing wolfskin, and he carries the standard for the legion, or for the regiment.
You think Roman will be carrying that, but nope.
It was down to the Romans didn't actually say what you were supposed to wear. They issued you with money to equip yourself. Each legion, we'll call them legions. Each legion had its own supply chain and stuff, and many legions were supplied from their base of operations. So if you were raised in Germany, then you had to go your supplies had to be taken from Germany all the way to the Middle East where you were serving. So that's a hell of a supply chain to have to deal with.
Yeah. Which means that Gaul would have to stay under Roman occupation actually keep these troops in the Middle East fighting. Because if they can get more support from there, they'll no longer fight for you either. You're going to have a massive revolting hands. And your problem is there's no one to rebel because all the young fighting age men get put in the army. Yeah. And get sent somewhere else. Like to Britain, which is the last place anyone wants to get sent. Because those British people, they're insane. They're mad. So yes, that's the officer. Not the officer, standard. And he's got... Is that a wolf skin he's actually wearing? That looks more like a bear, that one. Perhaps. Yeah. I would think they would actually be probably the localist animal to where the Legion was based, I would guess. Just throwing things out. If you look at pottery of the clothing that units are wearing, you have the same era, the same pottery and the same march, and one lot's got tiger fur, one's got bear fur, one's got wolf fur, and it's all clearly done the same day. So it is probably region based. Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't read up about this stuff in years, so I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I usually get it roughly right. That's quite nice. That's an early helmet. That one with the feathers. That's denote a messenger. The feathers on the head like that, not in the centre. Right. So more shields, which look like they've got quite a lot of work to clean these up. Oof, that's a lot of work. Yeah. And that's it. That's Gauls. Not Gauls. Sorry, Roman infantry. Interesting thing, Roman auxiliaries made up about 2/3 of the Roman army. Wow. So you think of your Roman legionaries, you guys with the square shields and oblong shields marching along, being Roman. In reality, 2/3 of all the army will be these guys, and nearly all the cavalry will be these guys as well, because the Romans didn't actually have cavalry. They had no equestrian sort of history to them, so they employed foreign cavalry, cavalry from the provinces. And the more Romanized places, the less barbarian the places became, and therefore the less efficient the soldiers tended to be. And your way of dealing with that is to raise a legion and train them as professional soldiers. There we go then. Yeah, I mean, probably a decade before these guys joined the army, this area could quite easily have been barbarians. And suddenly they're in the Roman service. Right, over to you.
If you enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of the Imperial Roman auxiliaries.
Hooray.
That's everything from me.
And everything from him.
See ya.
Goodbye.